Morning, Vail. Our next guest, after a devastating biking accident, decided to make the positive out of it, put pen to paper, came up with Pedal Forward. That is the book. The author, Trey Hall. Trey, welcome, and thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
We appreciate you weathering these conditions to make it up here. The accident sounds horrible. Can you bring us back to what happened that day?
Yeah, you know, it was, gosh, 20-some-odd years ago now, and I rode with a bunch of guys every morning. We were USCF. That's what they called the U.S. cycling back then.
Okay.
And we were training that morning, and just two of us happened to be riding that morning. Everybody else was out of town. And a lady, a sleepy lady from Mulvane, Kansas, had narcolepsy and fell asleep and came across the center line. She was going about 55. We were going about 20. Hit us right between the headlights.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. So, yeah, it kind of blew the body apart, as you can imagine. Went right between the headlights. My left knee was, you know, when you take a chicken bone or joints and just go like that. The right foot was severed, broke the back, open pelvic fracture. It was pretty devastating.
It was near death, obviously near death.
Lost a lot of blood.
But somehow, in the midst of all this, you put the positive spin on it, and you're like, I'm going to take something out of this and make it a real positive thing and make it work for me. The book, Pedal Forward, the 10 life and business lessons I've learned on my bike. You are a majorly successful businessman. So this is where the idea came from, is that accident.
Yeah, well, you know, it was interesting. I told the story of the accident a lot, and one evening I was sitting in my office. Was working in Golden, Colorado, and had this beautiful view of downtown Denver and looking down at DIA. And as I was doing that, there was some commotion down at the dumpster corral where they threw away all the stuff. And I looked down there and I said, you know, I really want my focus not to be on the trash and the dumpster, on the negative stuff. I really want it out in the more beautiful, positive places. And so that was really the inspiration for the book. And most of what I have learned has been on the bike.
On the bike.
And so I kind of put together those 10 lessons.
It's a time where you can clear your head.
Absolutely.
I know sometimes whether a lot of us drive, a lot of us around here ride bikes, get on the river, and it's a time where all the trash goes away, as you mentioned. Absolutely. You're able to focus on what it is that you're doing. Now it's 10 life kind of lessons kind of thing, but what's the nut of the story?
You know, none of those lessons are terribly revolutionary. Yeah. But I think the positive thing that came out of this is that people, human beings, can overcome more than they may anticipate. You know, it's okay to have challenges in your life. It's what you do after those challenges and what you do with them that really makes the difference. And the bike, you know, you suffer on the bike, right? Yeah. And when you suffer, you can bank that for other challenges that come ahead. Go, you know, I've done hard things before. I can do them again.
Have you found in your business world, because you've worked with some incredible companies, as I mentioned, very successful, do you find that being on the bike and being able to clear your head of things, is it about simplifying everything? The way you live, the way you make your business decisions?
You know, it is. Because you're on your bike, you have that opportunity to focus and to clear your head. And it's interesting, most of the really inspirational or important things that I've come up with in my career have come on the back of the bike because your mind is clear. And, you know, you can kind of in the back of your mind think about those challenges that are before you. And it just kind of pops in, some inspiration pops in.
I think you're definitely dealing with an audience here that can well relate to that, the events thing. How's it been received? Now, it's just published in October.
In October, right.
How's it been received by people?
You know, you always worry about that because, you know, there's some personal stuff in here. But people have really responded to it. And people that I don't even know have blogged about it, and it's been very, very positively received. And I'm actually selling some.
That's awesome. We got a couple seconds, real quick, in about one quick sentence. What have you learned most about recovering from this awful accident?
You know, that we can do great and marvelous things. We can move past just about anything.
Fantastic. The book, Pedal Forward. The author, Trey Hall, definitely check it out. It'll be inspirational to those of you who can't figure out how to simplify and clear and be more positive. Check it out. Trey, thanks for stopping by. Always good to see you. We're going to take it a break. We got more coming up. Stick around.